my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving Day, and this is funny is this year was my first year by myself, but I wasn't so alone because I did go out in a community where they did have free Thanksgiving meals, and not only did Starlight have one, I had two. I had one yesterday, the day before Thanksgiving, and Starlight was over emotional for that one. I didn't know how the universe had a big surprise for Starlight on that one. But and then today I had another dinner at another area, because Starlight does like those goodies at Thanksgiving meal. I don't eat the turkey and really not dessert, but I love cranberry sauce. And so anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you did. I hope you're really thankful for what you have, and for the people that you have in your life that are loving and supporting you. And there's so many people that have given their lives for us, which they were deceived, So my heart goes out to the men and women that have lost their lives to try to give us the freedom that we have today. But we're not that free, really. But anyway, I didn't really want to talk about that today. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I'm gonna flip this baby over because I really rather you to see nature than Starlight. And I came out here before and I made a video, but I wasn't able to upload it. I was having problems because I broke the video up. So this time I'm not gonna stop the video and restart, because that's what happened the last time. So I'm going back out here because I wasn't able to finish this trail. And also I do want to say a big huge thank you, and I don't know who you are, but I have met lots of people in all different areas out in who knows how far, from like an hour or less to the location where I used to live. And so I've met, I don't know how many of you are on my YouTube channel and that watch my videos, but I really do. I want to say especially a big huge thank you to you, because I did meet a couple not too long ago, and I met them briefly because they had to hurry up and leave at the time when they found me. Actually, it's kind of funny how the universe kind of, drew them into me. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And so I don't know who's liking my videos, but thank you, because this couple said that they were gonna, I gave them one of my YouTube channel cards. I have my business cards for my YouTube channel, and I pass them out all over in my community, trying to help people out and their families, and to get them to see the videos so then they can get the help that they need, or at least give them awareness or something, But anyway, if you have been liking my videos, I really appreciate you. And even the ones that have been watching my videos, and all of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I can't do this without you. And I really thank all of you for being patient with me. The last couple weeks I have been having a hard time with my computer, so now I'm done with all of that, and now I'm gonna get to the new topic today. And it's amazing. Have you ever heard where beep, everything happens for a reason? Well, that is what this video is about. Everything happens for a reason. So beep. Haven't you ever noticed that when you meet people, there's a reason for meeting them? And that life is full of adventure, and we all are connected no matter how you look at it. We're all one race, and that everything that happens for a reason. God has helped me and to see this over and over again repeatedly about how, like I meet people, and it is really mind-boggling what God has been doing in my life, the universe. I just recently got hired for a job, and it is amazing where the one lady I've been talking to, not while I'm working, we're just riding to one job to the other at nighttime, and I got to, she really opened up because she's going through a lot. And, I never know what the universe is going to do, and I want to be used of God. And so I learned this from my mentor, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, about saying I am inspiring millions of people. And I talk to the universe and God all the time about wanting and, to inspire millions of people. And so the universe does guide me one way or another, and I have met so many people in so many funny different situations or whatever, and it is amazing. I get emotional when this all happens, and I'm like, or dumbfounded at times, that I'm like, I got this job, and so I'm learning about the people and things, and so it is interesting how, there's a lady that's really looking for help out there, and, I got to talk with her and try to help her out with what she's going through. And I did let her know that, hey, I got a mentor that he's helped me, so, and, and then I was quiet. I let her do a lot of talking, and I just was listening, just letting her, I felt like the therapist, and I love being in that situation, because I do have a therapist. And, there's times I feel like when I see my therapist, I feel like the therapist, and I feel like my therapist is the client. So you might think that's crazy, but it's not. Not only she can learn from me, I can learn from her, but right now she's learning from me. So so it's back and forth with that. But right now, like it's really beautiful when you do meet people, especially if you're trying to live your life with God and you're asking God, like I do this a lot, that I just did this the other day about wanting to be used of God. I just am uploading that video right now. So when you start doing that, God will put you to it. If you say, God or universe, I want you to use me, I'm giving my life over, I'll tell you what, God's going to give you a heck of a deal, God's going to put you to what you say. So don't be surprised, that strange things will happen, wonderful things will happen, all kinds of different ways God actually uses people, to help us out or whatever, or you might be helping them out. And now back to the story with this lady that I'm starting to work with right now, is the one night that we were talking on our way, traveling to another job, she's like, she asked me about my mentor, because she does need help. And, I'm always trying to figure out, okay, why am I doing this job, and what is God doing with me? And it is amazing how God can lead you and guide you where, even maybe you need help. Maybe you're the one needs help. And I told this lady that, you can ask the archangels for help, and, so I gave her some advice because she's been struggling with something for a very long time, and it's really bothering her. It's eating her up inside, because this person has been like an energy vampire, just sucking the life out of her, and so it is something how God can lead you somewhere. Maybe you need help, at the right time in the right place, and for instance, about Starlight having a Thanksgiving dinner. I went to go get some food, some vegetables at a place, and they gave me a paper that let me know that, hey, this is where they're going to have Thanksgiving dinners at all these different places. And really, it's my favorite holiday, and this is my first year without my family to spend any time with. And so it is so beautiful how I got that information like the day before the Thanksgiving dinner. And when I went to this Thanksgiving dinner out in Albany, New York, I was so blown away. It was inside of a church building, and they had it was so beautiful, big, huge space with all these beautiful pictures, like of glass in the church. And they had a whole bunch of tables set up. I felt like I was in a big, huge, fancy restaurant. People were dressed up their best, like to serve the community in that area, to anybody that wanted a free Thanksgiving meal. And there was also a police officer that I was actually going there at the same time, and he was so sweet. I didn't even know he was going there. I just said, hey, happy Thanksgiving. And little did I know he was actually going in this building to kind of keep an eye on everything, make sure there's no problems, because it is the city area. And so, I told the people at this, I got very emotional. I needed that to go there and be around these people. And I went around thinking every single person that served in that church, and believe me, there was a lot. There was a lot of people that were in there. I'm thinking, I don't know, probably a good 50 people that went there to serve all these people in the community, and they've done this for lots of years. And so I just was so emotional. I'm surprised I didn't cry right there as I was eating. So it is amazing how timing and stuff like that, how great God is, and how everything does happen for a reason. Sometimes you might be going through a hard time in life and wondering, like, what the heck is going on? Why am I, but relax. There's a reason for it. Sometimes people are having a really horrible time, like this one lady, with a person in her life. There's a reason for it. The universe is trying to snap her out of it and let her know that you need to get free from that. He's like tormenting her. You don't need to be in those kind of relationships. You don't have to put up with people's stuff. You don't have to deal with that stuff. And so God does, test us out a lot. And things do happen, if we make the wrong choices and get with the wrong people and let the wrong people in our lives, all hectic can happen, but it's a lesson. Are you, about who you are and what you're going to stand up for and what you're not going to, put up with. And I'll tell you, I told my daughter not too long ago, a long time ago, there's this man that I'll tell you what, Starlight had enough. He pushed some buttons on me, and I told him, you better get the blink out of my place or I will call. He got me so going. But we need to, we need to stand up for ourselves. We need to use our voice. We don't have to put up with people that are trying to get us upset and get angry and, to push our buttons, because that person, like I made a video the other day, which, or actually it's the one that's being uploaded now, I think, is, that there's ways that spirits get into people. And, so the person might be sweet in one way, but then you see this other side and it's always being mean and rotten to you and doing all this stuff, because they could have spirits in them that's actually attacking you, because that does happen. I learned this a long time ago when I used to go to church and read my Bible, so you got to really, know that those, you might, believe me, Starlight knows what going through some going through some shit is like. But now I realize all of that, like it wasn't easy to hear it when I heard people say, well, God doesn't give you more than what you can handle. And I'm like, really? So I didn't quite get that when I was younger. I'm thinking, man, I can't handle it right now. But, I did survive, and I'm still here, and I'm able to function and go to work. And the other thing that was hard for me when I was going through it, it's easy for me to say it now when you're not going through problems, but when they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, boy, that used to irritate the heck out of me when I hear people say it. It didn't really hit well for me, not at all. I was like, oh yeah, it's only going to make me stronger. What? At the time, I didn't really feel strong. But now that I look at I'm going to just show you this view really quick. It's just a kind of some water there. Way over there is some ducks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in, but they're over here. No, they're kind of hidden there. But yeah, it just really the things that I've endured even before I was born, all the way up until now. Now I could say, yes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger and wiser. That's my new one. It does. It makes you wiser because just like Edison doing the how many times it took him to do the light bulb, where even in our life, sometimes we repeat the same thing, the same lesson, and eventually, it starts clicking, we're like, I'm tired of that happening to me all the time, and it keeps on happening to me over and over again, and then you smarten up, and then you're like, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. Like, say for instance, like men or women, because it's not just men that could do this, is like, if you're in a bad relationship, either they verbally abuse you, or physically abuse you, or psychologically abuse you. There's all kinds of forms of abuse. Is that, there might have been times in your past where you let that happen, and you let it happen again, and you get in another relationship, and it doesn't have to be a husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, or any of that. It could be a friend or a stranger or whatever, and they could insult you and play head games with you, and then you're just like, you know what? I am not going to put up with this anymore. And that's what you got to do, because, and it does make you stronger and wiser, because, you felt the pain before. But now I realize all the things that I went through as a child, even before I was born. I kind of laugh at the people or whoever with the Matrix stuff, how they did this to us, where I laugh a little bit because I'm thinking, you jerks, you freaking put me through hell my whole entire life, but you gave me the freaking tools. Now I got the tools. Now I just have to learn how to use them, because I got through it. I'm still alive. It's amazing that I'm still alive today, so you can use that now, just like a video game. Starlight never really played too many video games, mainly Mario Brothers or Oregon Trail. That was one of my favorites. Is you go through a game and you beat the monster at the end, and then the game gets harder the next time, and that's how life is. Now you learned so much on the first game, and now you got new challenges for the second game, where they kind of mix things up on the second game, and now you got to, and then at the end of that game, when you finish, now you got even a different kind of thing to deal with, a monster or whatever that's you got to kill and destroy. And once you do, then you get on higher. Well, that's how life is. It is. I told you about that movie about the game. Well, this is kind of like a game, It is whacked out. But everything does happen for a reason. Even if you've been abused as a kid, it's hard to understand it when you're going through it. If somebody told me when I was like, let me think, when I was 7 years old, if they said, now Starlight, after I went through what I went through, everything happens for a reason, I probably would have ripped their head off. Really? Yeah. But now, like, even though that it was a painful thing that I endured when I was a kid, now I've learned so much about it that I can help other little kids. And not only little kids, I have wisdom to help the parents out so that does not happen to little kids. So Starlight has a huge heart for everybody. There's times that I say that I have a huge heart for elderly people, but then I have a huge heart for kids. And then I have a huge heart for teenagers, or even handicapped people or homeless people, everybody. Yeah, and you middle-aged people. So, we're all here and we're all connected. It is beautiful. I get connections with a Target truck. Don't ask me why this happens, but it has happened for years that I am always being followed by a Target truck. It's like a sign from God all the time that when a Target truck goes by, I'm like, oh, that's just like a confirmation that God's with me at that moment or something. It is the strangest thing. I've made many videos on Facebook before where every day, and it didn't matter what time of the day, I would go on this bike trail, a Target truck would go over the overpass on the road above the bike trail. And it was so funny. There was a day I was making a video, and as I was making a video talking about the Target truck, a Target truck went right over, like right over the road above the trail on the bike path. And at this day, the other morning I woke up out of my car. I put my sneakers out on the ground so I didn't get the floor in the back of my car dirty. And I stick my head out of my car to get my shoes on. And what goes by on the road near where I was? A Target truck goes by. So it is you got to really pay attention to all this stuff. It's just like the movies on, for the Hollywood movies is there are a group of people out there. They can pick out mistakes that the Hollywood people, the directors, and there's boo-boos that they did, and then there's this group of people throughout the world or whatever that can pick up these things. They could see through the illusion. They could see the mistakes, like the Matrix, like having a deja vu moment. And I tell you, I've been seeing that lately. I mean, imagine that every time you go to the library, no matter what time, you see the same person going by you, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is, but it's they looked at, they're wearing the same coat, same hat, and it's like, what in the world? What is the odds of this happening? How is it possible? No matter what, she doesn't know what time I'm going to go. It's a lady, and it's like, she doesn't know what time I'm going to the library, and I don't know what time she's going to go to the library. But how possible is it for me? I go and take a private room in the library. I mean, not in the hospital, but and when I'm in there using my my computer to upload videos, a lady will walk by the window, and it's the same lady every single time I go in there, and she always goes by that door, a glass door, a see-through door. And I'm like, and she's wearing the same coat and the same hat, and she's pulling her travel bag behind her, and she's going to the computer. You really got to pay attention. Like on the movies, you'll see, they set everything up, and that's how this 3D matrix is. Everything has been set up for us. Like the way you see it when they make a movie. It's no accident. Like if they had a guy that had a certain number on his shirt, or it said a certain thing on his shirt, those were, all set up, so then people can see stuff, and there's secret messages and those certain movies out there, depending on the directors, and messages, just like cartoons. They got cartoons for kids, but they make them so the adults will enjoy watching the cartoons with their kids, where the kids aren't going to quite get what the information that the adults are going to get from that same cartoon. And that is what this Matrix crap is like I can see things. Now there's other people that can see things way more than I can because they've been doing this longer than me. I do know only one man that I know of that knows more than I do about this. But I know that there's other people that are more highly awake than I am. So there is levels to all this. So just like your kids, they're learning and understanding that they're only going to comprehend certain things. Even when you read the Bible, I read the Bible over and over again when I used to go to church. Would read the Bible in a year, because if you read 3 chapters every day, you can read your Bible in a year. And I was doing that at this one church, studying, and it says to hide God's word in your heart so you won't sin against God. And so when I was reading God's word when I was younger, going to church, there was times that when I read the same book, the first time I would get certain information out of that book or that chapter. Then the next year I would read the Bible all over again. Wow, and I'm like, wow, I remember the information I got the first time when I read this book in the Bible, but now I got different information that I didn't get before. And that's how this Matrix stuff is. There's levels to it, so everybody's at a different level. Some people are sleeping, some people are just starting to wake up, some people are very awake, and I'm trying to think what video I don't know if it's the one that I'm uploading now, but I'm trying to really break everything down to let you know that you really got to pay attention to this stuff, because it is a trip. It is messed up. The other day, I was actually laughing. I'm like, because I'm starting to see more, and not Seymour. That sounds like somebody's name. Hey, Seymour. But yeah, it's where I seen what a lady was, and it's shame on me that I laughed, but the lady that I was working with, she was telling me all this stuff that was going on, and it was ridiculous stuff, and she was just explaining, and she's frustrated. It's causing her a lot of stress, and I could see right straight through what is going on, and I don't even think she picked it up, but I started laughing out loud because I'm like, oh, I'm seeing clear, and so that's how this Matrix stuff goes. So everything does happen for a reason. It's like a puzzle, a big, huge puzzle, and you're putting the pieces together, and I love puzzles. So, so it is a trip though with how they have movies and how the Matrix is, and and that's why it's so important not to get distracted by what, like, the devil wants you to get distracted. He wants you to go out and party, like I just put in the video that I'm uploading right now. He wants you to go out and party, wants you to go out and get high and smoke this and do that kind of drug, or have the wrong job that's tripping you up. You hate it. You feel like a slave. You work too hard. You're not making enough money, and I'm seeing stuff right now with the job that I'm working at now, where I'm like, it's a wake-up call. If you can't stand your job and you're being overworked, and you're like, this is really freaking not worth what they're paying me. They should be, I worked my butt off. They should be paying me more for this job, Holy blank, holy shit, what the heck, I'm only getting paid how much for this, or you got some stuff, that's how the devil, he'll come along and he might do stuff like that because it will distract you from where you belong. If you don't like your job and you're not getting paid what you deserve, God will bless you because you're letting go of something that is not serving you, and I'm getting my eyes opened. God is going to bless you one way or another, but you got to trust that the universe is going to bless you and let go of those things or people that no longer serve you. And to understand that you might not see right now or understand the things that I'm trying to tell you, but in time you will. If you work on yourself and you let go of people that are no longer serving you, if you stop letting people distract you or distracting yourself, or if you work on yourself, you'll start seeing it, and then you'll start understanding it. But it's kind of like trying to think how to explain this, but you get little bits here and there, of information, and the more you keep on saying no to the right things and yes to the right things in life, and you listen to your intuition and trust the universe. And really, it's a lot of work to do in yourself, and everything does happen for a reason. It does make you stronger and wiser. So we are all connected, and it's a beautiful thing. At least it can be a beautiful thing. So I know my minutes are getting big on here. So you might be struggling with something right now. Maybe you're not supposed to be there. Maybe that relationship that you're in is not, maybe you're, like beating your head against a brick wall, and you're like, I tried everything to keep this lady happy, or I tried everything to keep this man happy, and, they're always complaining, they're always giving me a hard time. They're pushing all the work on me. They're giving me more to do, they don't respect me. I don't trust them. Maybe it's a big wake-up call to say, I need to let you go. And you know what happens, and this happens, Starlight? Sometimes we think we freaking need these people in our life, so we hang on to them. We think that we actually need these people in our life. And really, the reality is you don't need. You got to really change the way you're thinking and understand that God can bless you with something so much greater. And if you let that person go, or that job, or that bad habit that you have, the doors will be opened up. But if you keep on staying with that person or that job or the place that you live, or being distracted by things that are not serving and helping you out, then you're going to just keep on getting, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Believe me, that's why I was kind of laughing at this lady. I'm like, oh my, I've seen it so clear, because I'm going through so much and I'm learning so much in my own life and the things that I have gone through. And now, because it says to, take the beam out of your own eye. Wait, take the mote out of your, I don't know. It's something in the Bible. I can't remember how it worded. I worded it wrong the other time in a video, but more or less, if you work on yourself, because sometimes we want to help other people out, but you got to work on yourself, so there might be something like a beam in your eye where you could take the mote out of their eye. I can't remember how it words, but so in order to help other people, or to, once you start working on yourself, all the pieces will start coming together, and then you'll see somebody else that is going through something that you've already endured and went through, and now you see it clear because you worked on yourself, and now you're able to, help that person with the problem that they're having, because you've already went and done what they've already done, so now you're like, hey, I can help you with this, because you know how many times I repeated the same thing that you're going through now, now where they are is where you were one time, but now it's, they are there, and we should be here to help each other out. There are people that are, being tormented by other people, men, and it's the way the devil can't be attacking you all the time, he can come in, people that are not doing a good thing in their life, not living a good life, and people Ooh, this is nasty. So yeah, if you're you're living your life for God, the devil will come and send, like, today's, I'm not going to get into that now, but something happened today and I'm like, that stinking devil. But the devil can't be around all the time, so don't think that the devil is always there, because then you're creating that to actually happen in your life. Now you're creating that to happen. So God is always there. That's what you just got to remember. Lean on him. Don't like be afraid thinking that the devil is always following you around and doing all this stuff in your life, because then you're just going to make that happen because you believe in it. But there's the word for the devil, how Starlight's not good on a vocabulary word, but the devil can't be around and doing stuff to you all the time. But you got to be aware when it's happening, when people are attacking you and they just keep on doing stuff over and over again. That's where you got to, you're being tested to see if you're going to be strong enough to tell that person, like I told a lady last week, get thee hence, Satan. I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. But hey, get the heck out of here. And the devil will flee, and it did. Bam, gone. Freaking get the heck out of here. It's so funny. But anyway, I know my minutes are getting long. Beep. That was a little too wet, and I got to keep my sneakers clean. Right now, Starlight can't get her sneakers all muddy. So anyway, I hope, you can understand what I'm trying to say, and I know that, I don't know who you are and what your educational background is, but, in my past, I've been laughed at a lot about my education, the school I was in and all that, and how I talked when I was younger and what class I was in and the clothes that I wore and my hair. Oh my. Did you ever watch the show Little Annie? Yeah. So, and now I look at it though, because of my education, I was, the way my mind works is way different than your mind works, because the way I was taught and the way I learned things is not the same way that you learn things. So a lot of people, they are so in a rush to get through and learn stuff, but Starlight's picking up your crumbs that you left behind. That's what I have said my whole life. So anyway, I do love you, and I do hope you get a lot of help, and I'm so sorry. I shouldn't even say I'm sorry. Am I sorry? I'm not sorry. But anyway, this is a longer video, and I really do. I hope you had a really great Thanksgiving, and really be thankful and grateful for everything and the people that are there. Let them know how much you appreciate them. You can do a favor for them, do something sweet, or just a kind word or a beautiful hug. Starlight loves hugs, or a card. You don't have to go out and buy some expensive thing to say thank you. Action speaks louder than words. Just being kind to people and understanding and forgiving, that should be enough. And just to tell the people that you love them and that you support them. That's what we need in this world. So anyway, I love you. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share this video with your family members, your cat, your dog. Don't forget your friends. And you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, this is Starlight. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.